Hey, my name is Amiko and I want to show you my process behind designing a collection. And since there's a lot of pieces in this collection, I want to break it down into 4 separate videos. There's like 4 mini concepts and they all fit into the overarching concept. I started designing this collection during COVID when everyone was sitting at home, myself included. I was wearing like sweatpants every day, had no events, nothing to do, no social life. I think when I got this opportunity to design this collection, it was a chance for me to fantasize about a life after COVID. So I started designing all these pieces that I thought would be fun to wear out to various social events. But also, since I was like living in sweatpants at the time, it felt impossible to design anything that wasn't comfortable. So I thought really hard about the fabrics, and I didn't want anything to feel too tight or constricting or tricky or just uncomfortable. For the color story, since the collection would be for spring summer, I really wanted to keep it light and fun and a lot of neutrals. I wanted all the pieces to flow together in a collection, and I love that the pieces are neutrals. Really love the idea of designing matching sets because it's just so much easier to dress. You can wear the pieces together and your outfit's done, or you can take each piece and coordinate it with other pieces that are already in your closet, so you get like many different outfit combinations. So that was sort of like the puzzle I was working out in my mind of like, how can I design a bunch of matching sets that you can all kind of coordinate to wear together, or each piece would be easy to outfit with like everyday pieces that you might already have in your closet. And lastly, I wanted to have some fun. You'll see I sprinkled some like really fun fabrics into the mix. Like I have plaids and this like beautiful metallic pleated fabric. Let's see what else. I use like satins, and I also use like printed meshes and like sweater, cut and sew sweater knits. And I love the idea of putting all of these like great textures and prints together, but still having the color story feel very neutral. Another piece of the concept was this idea of mixing feminine with sporty. So I like, if I use like a super feminine satin fabric, I'd have it in like more of like a sporty silhouette. And I had a lot of pieces and matching sets that were like very sporty but still very flattering, very feminine and fun. So that was really like the concept and the idea, overarching theme behind the collection. So in this video, I want to talk about the first mini concept. Like I just organized pieces together into different groups and I ended up with 4 groups, and each of them like had a certain theme. The first theme is sporty, comfy knit sets. Originally, I wanted a heather French terry with sequins. This fabric was really hard to find, and anything that I found was too scratchy and just not practical. So I ended up going with a super cozy heather gray French terry. I thought the fabric would look really nice with rib trim in any of these colors. I really love how this tan and black trim looks together with the heather gray French terry. And I'm opening the samples for the first time in person, and I love this snap detail at the sides. It opens all the way to the top if you really, really want to show some leg, but I personally would probably only unsnap like the first or second. And this snap detail is carried through to the top at the placket. I just love this like tipped trim. And this also has a raw hem. And the great thing about this, it's cropped, but it's not like wide. It's kind of tapered in at the waist, so it does give you a small waist, which is nice. The best part about designing things is getting to try on the final piece. You don't really know if a design works sometimes until it's like physically on your body. And of course, I style each piece with different items in my closet just to see how the set can be worn. And I'm not above taking photos like this, you know? This is a sporty, almost preppy look, and I think I was inspired by an all-white tennis outfit. I don't like the look of a really harsh white, so instead I chose sort of a more gentle, creamy white, in this case, Whisper White by Pantone. The most important aspect of this style, besides the fit, is the fabric, and I needed to find a cable knit and also a matching rib knit. And the key was for this knit to be soft and light enough to wear during the spring and summer. In my tech pack, I always include a construction details page, and this is a really important part of the design process because there's certain key details. In this case, I wanted to make sure the seams were flat, so I asked for a flat lock stitch. And I also wanted to point out the high-low hem and forward side seam with a vent. And lastly, I like to list out all of the fabric and trim and basic measurements for each piece. From here, the factory will take my tech pack and they'll make the first prototype sample. And then it's my job to call out and make comments on these samples. For this case, the first sample came out pretty good. I just wanted to clean it up a little bit. The neckline looked like it was a little too high and pulling kind of weird. So I dropped the neckline, increased the height of the rib knit at the neckline. And I also tapered at the waist so that it was a little bit more of a sleeker fit and less baggy. I want the seams to lie really flat. So I emphasized doing a different stitch at all the joining seams of the rib to the cable knit. And this, I think, will help make the silhouette look more expensive and neat. Here's the next sample, and at this point I'm really happy with how it's looking. The only thing that I'm thinking is that this high-low hemband with the split is kind of like unnecessary and distracting, so I think I'm just going to close that. Plus that should help in the construction and cost of the garment. At the end of the day, I don't think the customer is going to care that much about this detail, especially if it's going to add to the cost. Here I am seeing the final samples in person for the first time, and this is always a really exciting moment for me. I'm loving the quality of the fabric, and I can't wait to try these pieces on. Love this, so cute. Gosh, I just love the idea of wearing a white matching set And the fabric is really pretty. I don't know if you can see, but it has this like argyle pattern. And these shorts are kind of like bloomers. They come in a little bit at the hem, so they kind of like puff out and come in. And this top is a bit cropped. It has a high neckline, and yeah, like super simple, super easy to outfit. Can wear it casually, can dress it up. Very versatile piece. And here is a video of me awkwardly trying this on, but of course I need to try this on. I need to see how it fits. And I was concerned a little bit about the shorts, like are they gonna be too sheer? I'm wearing black underwear here, so you can kind of see the outline, but when I wear just like a nude or a white underwear, it's totally fine. What I love about this piece is that it's so simple and so easy to style with like random things I already have in my closet. And so here I'm just wearing the shorts, and then the top is a nice basic to style with jeans or sweatpants or whatever. And obviously I'm gonna take some Instagram photos with filters and really try to work this look. This design is a sweater set, so that means that these are actually knitted and not cut and sewn. I liked this idea of soft texture. So you have the ribbed knit at the slip dress and pointel knit for the cardigan, which means there's open work or small holes, usually in a geometric pattern. I thought this would work as a lightweight knit for the spring-summer season. I also added a ribbed scalloped trim and ruffles at the sleeve cuff. For this slip dress, I wanted it to read kind of like a nightgown, and I engineered the ribbing at the bust to be like a bra or bustier. I also added adjustable straps and scallop trim along the neckline and a bow at the center front. There's also slits at the side seams. Sometimes I'll design something and it's just not possible from a timeline or a technical perspective, and this was the case with this design. So I ended up having to change it from a sweater to a cut and sew knit. So instead I'm using a ribbed fabric, and I'm still doing adjustable straps, a scalloped neckline, slits at the sides, and I'm adding a detail of hook and eye tape at the center front and at the side seams. And I'm gonna reflect this same detail on the cardigan. So it's more simple, but also like more wearable, and I still think this design will be really cute. Oh, and one more thing, I added a lettuce hem to give it some more texture. After seeing the first sample, I decided to get rid of the scalloped trim at the neckline. I felt that it fought with the lettuce hem. It was like too much detail, too much texture, and I think it's actually more wearable with just a clean neckline. I also adjusted the neckline to be lower and adjusted the seams just so that it was more flattering on the bust line. I got rid of the scallop trim at the cardigan as well. I feel like it was looking a little bit sloppy, and I was just concerned about the construction, and also I just think it was one detail too many. I also adjusted the neckline to be lower, and I made the cardigan a bit more cropped. I felt that this was more appropriate for the customer. Didn't want the cardigan to feel matronly in any way.
Like the color?
It's like a little...
Oh yeah,
Oh, yes.
I like that. And what's that? Was that was a two-piece? What's the other?
So yeah, I'll show you the second piece in
Cool.
a second. But this, like,
I really like
you know, you can have it like a little
Nice.
bit sexy. It's a little sexy.
I like this.
Nice.
And then it
This one.
comes with a
Love
matching cardigan. And I also did adjustable straps.
Good idea.
So like I wanted this to be kind of like almost like negligee. You know, like negligee that you wear out, like something that had like a little bit of a lingerie type of vibe. That's why you have like these clasps and these.
I love the clasps.
Like these like bra straps. It's just so simple but wearable, and I love it. The fabric is really nice. It's thick, it's not see-through at all, and the straps are adjustable, which is great. And the front placket has these hook and eye detail, which is really kind of like a tiny sexy detail. Here I am wearing each piece together, but I also love how you can wear each one at a time. Here's the cardigan just by itself with a pair of khaki pants, kind of like this look. And yeah, because this has so many hook and eyes, I would recommend air drying to not damage the metal. In reviewing this sample, I decided to drop the shorts. I felt that this design didn't really work well with this fabric. And I also just wanted to make sure that the ring and slider felt delicate and not too big or obtrusive. This little tank top, so it's kind of just like a basic knit, except it has this little like mesh triangular detail and an adjustable strap. So I just love pieces like this that are basic with a twist, so it's like there's something interesting about it. However, it's very easy to wear and easy to outfit. One thing I will say about this piece is that it does look best with a strapless bra, because there's already like a strap situation. I feel that just like having this whole area be clean without straps from a bra just makes it look a little better. So very happy with how this group came together. It's just like staple pieces. I like having them in my wardrobe. If you like any of these pieces, I'll add a link to shop in the video description.